I'm back with a short project. One hopes I'm going to make myself a new mobile phone case, maybe? Hello, it's Icy. That's right, we're going to try something different. I need myself what is hopefully a small project. Is this the small project I'm hoping for? I don't know. We'll see. So the very phone I'm recording this video on needs a new phone case. So this is done very well. I think this is like 2 years old now. But as you can see, it's all starting to truly fall apart. So I am thinking, rather than spending the princely sum of $12 to get a new one, what I might try and do is actually make one. So obviously I have the plastic thingy from this, so that could come out and then be stuck into a new thing. I have the leather picked up for $8 a sheet from Reverse Garbage, and I was thinking this pinky purpley red color would look stunning for the outside of the case, and then maybe sort of the flap in the black. The black is actually a little bit thicker, and this is quite soft and supple, so we'll see. I do at some point want to make a handbag out of this, but I think it would be a good idea if I start with something smaller and simpler, just to see how it goes, what I can do, how difficult is it to work with, all of those things. Seems like a good idea. I have some coutil, so corset fabric, that I thought might make quite good for this is all mostly fabric. It's like a double layer of fabric. But I was thinking I could use the coutil for the inner pockets, on the selvage edge where I won't need to sort of fold it and hem it. I think that would work okay. If I put those together, I'll need like 4 layers at the thickest area where the card slots are. So that might be a bit thick, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, it might work. Hopefully will work. We'll see what happens. I've also got some thinner red Polypop, I think, which maybe I can use for some of the pockets as well to reduce some of the thickness, because the coutil is quite thick. Now, Mr. Icy inherited a bunch of leatherworking stuff from his dad. So we have some actual leatherworking tools as well. So I have a burnishing stick that you use to kind of go over the edges to round it off. I mean, obviously this leather is already dyed and prepped, so I might not need this at all. I have a skiving tool for like shaving down, like putting a chamfer on the edges. But once again, yeah, to be honest, I actually think the purple leather, what am I calling this? We'll say purple leather, is magenta. It's magenta. It's about the same thickness as a single piece of coutil, so maybe I don't need to do that. And I also, Mr. Icy has kindly donated some of his supplies of plastic card. So this is 0.3 millimeter plastic card, which I think will do for the insides. Now, and then at the end of all of it, you can see that's totally falling out and did fairly early on. I do have some little ring things from corset making, so I will be punching a hole in the top and then adding a strap, because I find that extremely useful. And I'll be retrieving the little magnetic clasps that are hidden under here as well. So, is this going to work? I don't know. If it doesn't, I have another plain clear phone, like just this back sort of thing. So I can still put that on my phone to protect it until such time as I can get a new case if this doesn't work. But I guess we try and do something. Okay, so everything's cut out. Hopefully that will be fine. Hopefully I've thought of all the correct steps and we've got all that we need. What I'm going to do now is a little test sew. So I've got a little scrap of the pinky purple leather and a little scrap of the creteal. So I want to join them together so there's a bit of a gap, because the idea will be the creteal is going to get tucked under. I don't know why the focus is changing. That's going to get tucked under, and then the idea will be to basically sew that together like this. Now, everything was stuck together in, like, all the layers were glued together. So I'm actually going to try it with a glue stick. I do have access to contact cement, but I think I'm going to save that for the stage where the actual phone case is stuck to the cover, basically. I think all the interior layers should be fine to use like glue stick. I do have spray glue, but this, if I use a glue stick, I'll get like quite a precise join. So I'm leaving like a half a centimeter around the edge here. So that way I've got room that I can tuck it under. Let's get this. Oh no. Get this lined up. Oh no. Okay, there we go. So just give that a minute to set. Okay. Now, the other thing I'll need to do, I think, is to just trim the curve, to clip the curve. And actually we'll need to cut little, I'll do this. Can you see it here? Hopefully, little triangles. Actually, I have pinking shears. That actually, okay, we might try pinking shears to get, the zigzag cut instead around the curves. There's not that many curves like this. They're either quite tight, like around the corners. The only gentle curve like this is around the fastening bit that'll have one of the magnets in it. So I don't know if this is necessary here, really. Okay, got little zigzags. Let's see if this works. The elastic band that's holding the microphone to the top of this temporary setup just snapped. It's perished. Okay. Oh, I think I've trimmed this too much. We'll see. Oh, God. I'll be back. I need to go close in so I can see the thing in better light. I'll be back. Okay. Maybe. Let's try sewing this. Okay. So once once the stitching got going, it was all right. I think I definitely need to switch out the thread for thicker decorative thread, which I will do a quick test of and may not show after that. Now look at this though. See that white? That's basically the paint on the leather chipping off, and that is not the vibe I'm after. So that's not great. I mean, I still need the feet to be pulling the leather through. So I think I'm gonna have to try sewing. Try again sewing on the top instead. So I had it upside down because I wanted to make sure that I was catching the coutil, but I think we got to do it the other way around. The other thing that happened there was, you can see I've chopped in each of the cuts way too far, and so they're not catching. So if I'm gonna take out spots for the curves, it's gonna be maybe just like a quarter of the distance, just on the edge, and I think that will be okay. So I'm going to switch to a thicker thread, and then we'll try it sewing this way up and see what we get. Ooh, I don't know if this really is going to show up. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that worked much better with the leather facing up. It didn't take off any additional color off the leather. These two inner lines are sewn with top stitching thread, so much thicker. And the inner line is, the outer two are sewn with a stitch length of 2.8. The outer one is a stitch length of 3, which looks better. I don't think I can go all the way up to 3.5, which is the next jump, because I don't think it will handle the tight curves around the corners of the piece. But I do think that that would probably give a better result, like a better feeling result, I think. The glue, working great. Fabulous. Working super well. I think that will be fine. It's interestingly the coateel, and this is giving a great really good texture. Something to consider when I eventually get around to making a bag, like if I just line the inside, just stick some coateel to the inside of the, I think when I get to making a bag, I'm only going to use the black leather, maybe the maroon for trim, but that's pretty good. Like that feels structural. So anyway, let's work out what we do next and keep going. Okay, we're getting there step by step. So the contact cement worked really well. It's nice and smooth. What I should have done, which I suppose it doesn't matter. So this bit I only glued on with glue stick, which turns out to be a good idea because I didn't take into account the roll of cloth. So as soon as I bent this over, the glue stick released and this whole red section lifted, which is fine because the red is just polypop, and I'm not sure that the contact cement might be too much for that. I'm not 100% sure. I might do another layer of that after. I'll see. So the step now though is to basically take the edge, tuck it under into the gap where I didn't glue, pinch it down so we get a nice sharp edge, and then sew to fasten it into place. So that should anchor the lining to the leather. Is it going to work? I don't know. We did a little test around here, which is not great around the corners, honestly. So we'll be a bit more careful and see what we get. So that's this step. Then after that, I'm not sure if I just use a glue stick again at this level. So this will overlap and the red will be anchored down when I sew it. And this is actually going to be, basically the pockets go on top of here so that you can just put cash and things in there. So it doesn't need to be particularly strong or sturdy or vigorous or anything really inside that section. It's just decoration almost, and to cover over the plastic card. Maybe I don't need to worry about that bit because the plastic card is contact cemented to the leather, so that's all fine. But you know, in general, I'm not sure the magnet's strong enough. Yeah, I don't, oh gosh. Oh no. Just realised why the magnet's not strong enough. I've glued it in the wrong way round. Can I get it out? There's a little metal sheet at the back. I think that's meant to be on this side. Right? So the two direct magnets, should it matter? Oh no, I didn't check about. What did Icy forget to do? Icy forgot to check the polarity of the magnets. Yes, I did. Okay, so if I can, oh, see, that is hot glued on there. Oh no. Okay. I have to think about this. So I need to take the magnet off and then flip it over so that the magnetic side is actually. Oops. We didn't think about that, but anyway, let's see how we go, shall we? It's finished and it's terrible. Did this work? No. Will it do? We'll see how long I actually end up using this for. Okay. So a couple of things is, one, I didn't get the polarity wrong on the magnet. It just doesn't work. So that's one thing. I'm going to need to like rig some sort of elastic band kind of thing that goes over the whole case that holds it shut. Because this... No, this doesn't work at all. Anyway, this okay, like, all of this white stuff, all of this like kind of folded, crisped up leather around here. I do wish I'd had a look at the other side before I chopped this out. I just assumed the whole thing was fine, and it wasn't. This is all this is all pulling where I've like folded this too tight on this side, so this is all getting pulled over here. I've forgotten to put, I'll have to do that later. I've forgotten to put the hole in the top here so I can put like a wristband on. I'll do that later. That's fine. Mr. Icy's got some hole punches, so I'll just punch the appropriate sized hole in there. In fact, I might even just hand bind it rather than trying to use a corset ring thingy to try and make the hole stronger, because I don't think I'll need it. So, what did we learn? Oh yeah, that's right. After the whole talking earlier on about making sure that I sewed it so the leather was face up so that it had the thicker thread on the outside, did I do that? No. I immediately started sewing it the wrong way around. So I continued the rest because, of course, once you sew leather, there's a hole there. So you can't just unpick it and sew it again with a sewing machine. You could if you were doing it by hand, of course, and go in the same holes, but it's not like a sewing machine will do that. Actually, I haven't, do you know, I just realized I haven't actually tried the phone in the case yet. So I'm not even 100% sure whether the cameras will work. One sec. Okay, it's fine. Yes, the cameras are not obscured. Just thought I should check that. So that's okay as far as that goes. So, yeah. So what did I learn from this project? I learned that I should check the polarity of the magnets. I learned I should really, if I'm going to use thicker thread, I should maybe put it in the bobbin as well as the top stitch thread so that it doesn't matter what side of the thing I sew it on, it'll be fine. I've learned if I'm sewing with leather, I actually have to remember to check the smooth side first. before I start sewing with it. I learned that the pinky purple leather is not suitable for an actual structural bag. So if I want to make a proper handbag later, I'm not using this. Good thing to learn. What else did I learn? I learned how to use contact cement properly because, yeah, all of the spots where I used the contact cement worked beautifully. So I'm really pleased with that part of it. Also, this is stuck on a lot better than it was to the previous case, so that's good. I did that correctly. Good job, me. I learned that the couture plus leather makes a really nice, interesting sort of almost structural kind of thing. So it just reinforces it enough that it actually works super well. So that's good. That's a good thing to know. I learned how to use the skiving tool to just shim off the edges to make it easier to sew, which I only could really do around the black section because this leather was too soft and it didn't work, but the black one is a lot more structural and that did. So that's good. So yeah, this was an interesting project. How long I keep using this as a phone case? Does it get used at all as a phone case? We'll see. I mean, I'll start using it. Whether I keep using it is an entirely different thing. So, anyway, well, that was a project. Sometimes we have wins and sometimes we have losses. At the very least, I can say I did not spend any money, any additional money at all on this. I owned everything already, so the only thing I wasted was my time. And I hope not yours. I hope at least you found this instructive as a video. Yeah, sewing the leather with the sewing machine, perfectly fine. I'm glad I didn't futz around and try and do it by hand because, my goodness me, I might have picked it up and thrown it through the wall. So thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube. I appreciate it. Next project I know what I'm making. I have the stuff for it to make it, and it will be useful. And I will use it a lot, but I'll leave it at that. It's a very, very practical project, but hopefully it will still look nice as well. So thank you so much for joining me here. Did I say that? Yes, I did. You can also find me at various social places, mostly Threads and Mastodon at the moment. Links are in the description, and I'd love to see you over there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Icy, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.